Ryan Reynolds does not need a stage or a particularly clever question. Sometimes, all he needs is to notice that Hugh Jackman's chair is a few inches taller than his.
Is your chair, like, higher than mine? Your chair looks higher than mine.
Yeah.
It does.
What, does that matter?
From one detail nobody else cares about, Ryan can instantly turn himself into the victim of a terrible injustice. And when someone asks whether he might actually be a mean person, his defense somehow makes the situation even more troubling.
Mean. Like he's Canadian.
Look, you punch a couple hundred orphans and suddenly you're mean. This is what I don't understand.
Oh my God.
That is the danger of talking to Ryan. He never warns you when an ordinary sentence is about to make a hard turn into someplace nobody expected.
Blake is great. The sex is totally normal.
Okay, wait.
Ryan Reynolds is not funny in the way a traditional comedian is funny. He rarely tells a long story and waits for the punchline. With Ryan, the conversation itself is the material. A serious question, a compliment, or even a family moment can be bent in a completely different direction. Even when his parents are sitting in the audience, Ryan cannot introduce them like two normal human beings.
It's interesting to look at them. You'd never know they're cannibals. Either of them. They look just like two normal people.
Wow, I did not know that. That's wonderful that he's telling people that on national television.
What makes the line work is that Ryan never changes his expression. He drops one insane detail into the middle of the conversation as if it were just a small piece of family information. Ryan understands the image Hollywood created for him. Handsome, confident, and always in control of the room. But instead of protecting that image, he is usually the first person to tear it apart.
Okay.
I had my lips done.
Ryan's vanity is almost always a performance. He can begin a question about Hugh Jackman and then admit that the question is really still about himself.
You'll agree with the first part of this question. As a true Hollywood narcissist, I'm going to ask you a question about you that's really about me.
But right behind that confidence is a man who is constantly putting himself down. Ryan often makes himself the most suspicious or pathetic person in the story. When Sean Evans knows a little too much about one of Ryan's old jobs, Ryan does not feel appreciated. He immediately offers the most disturbing explanation possible.
Ryan,
It's
I've been
true, I'm
living under your
terrified.
bed for a year. Can you tell me a little bit about the sounds you make when you're...
The reaction comes so quickly that you can barely see him thinking. The idea appears. He says it in a perfectly calm voice, and then leaves the other person to deal with it. That self-mockery also helps remove the distance between a movie star and the audience. Ryan has the face of a Hollywood leading man, but in his own version of the story, he did not even go through puberty until decades later than everyone else.
No, not at all.
I don't believe it.
No. I went through puberty at like 27. Really? It was a freak thing. It was not good. Yeah.
Ryan has no problem making himself the joke. Once he has already said the worst thing about himself, nobody else has much left to use against him. Nowhere is that clearer than in the way Ryan treats Green Lantern. A major career failure is usually something an actor wants to bury. Ryan keeps dragging it back onto the stage and turning it into part of his brand.
Go for it.
Okay, let's talk about the obvious thing. Green Lantern. End of career, and yet you're still going. Why? None of us can understand.
Every time Ryan brings it up himself, the movie loses a little more of its power to embarrass him. That is one of the central rules of his comedy. Attack yourself before anyone else gets the chance. Even when introducing Hugh Jackman, Ryan can turn a famous star into someone who was once nominated for a completely imaginary children's award.
Please welcome 2004 Kids' Choice Award nominee for Best Burp, Hugh Ford Buford Judy Jackman Esquire.
Ryan loves formal things because they give him something to ruin. The more prestigious the title, the better the turn becomes. Even the habit of measuring a baby's age in months makes Ryan wonder how ridiculous that system would sound if it were applied to adults.
It's kind of annoying. I'm
I don't know.
460 months.
Yeah, I know.
So you're sort of like...
I've always wondered that too. I'm
guess,
doing
yeah.
it with,
He hears something everyone has accepted as normal, then pushes it one step further until the absurdity reveals itself. Ryan's appearance is never allowed to exist in peace either. His teeth, hair, lips, and muscles can all become material for self-mockery.
Missing a lot of things. Let's get these calf implants out too while we're at it. No.
Instead of letting the audience believe in a perfect movie star, Ryan suggests the entire image may have been assembled through a collection of questionable decisions. Maybe that is why Deadpool is almost impossible to separate from him. But Ryan is not like Deadpool simply because he talks fast. Both of them use humor to cover discomfort and panic.
Thank God I'm in a mask, because under the mask my face is going, oh God!
Ryan rarely describes difficult scenes as noble sacrifices. He talks about them as experiences that stripped away every last bit of his dignity. Even a low chair can become evidence of a serious condition that apparently deserves piano music and a public awareness campaign.
Easy, okay? Can I just get a little light, like piano PSA kind of music here for a second? That's nice, that's nice.
Ryan is very good at turning a tiny idea into an entire ridiculous world. The chair leads to height, height leads to the body, and suddenly the body has become a public health crisis. But Ryan's humor is often strongest when someone patient enough is standing beside him. Nobody does that better than Hugh Jackman. Hugh can begin a sincere memory about the first time they met. Ryan only has to interrupt with 2 wrong names, and the entire emotion disappears.
First day of this, and you did the same thing. You came over and you went, Steve.
I was like,
so good to see you.
Greg. No, don't tell me. Do not tell me.
The relationship between Ryan and Hugh feels like a comedy universe that has been running for years. Hugh tries to keep the conversation decent. Ryan keeps dragging it down into a childish fight. But the attacks never feel truly cruel. The friendship underneath them is always visible. Ryan can calmly reveal a secret about Hugh that nobody has ever heard, mostly because Ryan has just invented it.
Hugh Jackman has eyebrow implants. A lot of people don't know that. Does it say something nice or just say facts?
Ryan is also not satisfied with ordinary insults. He always looks for an image strange enough that nobody can forget it. Hugh Jackman may have trained for years to become Wolverine. In Ryan's eyes, the result simply makes him look like a freshly polished sea creature.
You look like a little oiled up baby porpoise right there. It's just,
Ryan does not merely insult someone. He creates a new picture and leaves it stuck in the audience's mind. Their fake rivalry also spreads into age, careers, and the title of Sexiest Man Alive. Hugh may have forgotten that he ever won it. Ryan remembers the exact year he beat him.
Do you know what year I dethroned you as the sexiest man alive?
2010.
Wow. Yeah.
I'll never forget.
Yes, exactly.
Ryan's vanity is only funny because he is always the first person to admit it. He behaves as if a magazine title were the greatest victory of his life. But Ryan does not always need a complicated insult. In the middle of an argument that is growing more intense, he can suddenly ask a question so ordinary that the entire room loses its rhythm.
Josh, what's your favorite color?
That's funny. Favorite color?
Mediocre?
That kind of timing is difficult to teach. Ryan knows everyone is waiting for another attack, so he deliberately turns in the opposite direction. Even when he pretends to help Hugh, Ryan still turns himself into the official translator of his friend's emotional pain.
He's his emotional support human.
Yes, I'm here to interpret Hugh's searing psychic pain.
I have one.
Hugh may be his favorite target, but he is not the only one. When Ryan looks at Paul Rudd and sees a man who never seems to age, he ignores every reasonable explanation. In Ryan's world, it can only involve a dark and supernatural force.
He's aging backwards because of his contract with Satan, and or he only drinks breast milk from a blue whale or something.
He presents the ridiculous conclusion as if science has already proven it. Paul Rudd does not age. Therefore, he must have made a deal with Satan. Ryan's diet is described with the same logic, like the menu of a wild animal.
Okay, what is Ryan Reynolds' diet?
Twigs, rocks, sticks, and a tiny bit of green tea.
You're in my head. Get out of my head, Joe. What is right?
He places one ordinary detail beside a list of completely ridiculous things. Green tea sounds fairly healthy until it follows branches, sticks, and rocks. Ryan is also very good at choosing images. A bad haircut cannot simply be a bad haircut. It has to look as though it was done with a loofah or a hammer.
It looked like somebody had cut my hair with a loofah. Like they just sort of like rubbed it off.
Why did you do that?
With 2 objects that have nothing to do with cutting hair, Ryan gives the audience an instant picture of the disaster. When a pop star cancels an appearance, Ryan turns that event into a personal tragedy involving an enormous tattoo that can never be undone.
Yeah, no, I saw your tweet. I was hurt.
Zayn Malik's really making me regret the Zayn Malik tattoo I have on my back. He's making it difficult.
Ryan always places himself in the position of the person who has suffered the most. The situation may have nothing to do with him, but after one line, he has become the victim of a completely invented disaster. Behind all that improvisation is someone who understands the machinery of Hollywood very well. Ryan has made enough major films to know that the image of a powerful superhero can sometimes be created with lighting, camera angles, and an actor clenching his jaw for a very long time.
Because I normally need personally 3 weeks to fix
he needs
everything.
3 weeks to just get his intermittent jaw clenching and squinting right.
He is not only mocking himself, he is also mocking the system that turned him into a star. Ryan pulls back the Hollywood curtain and shows the audience the foolishness hiding behind all those polished images. The moments that best prove Ryan's natural humor often arrive when he begins to lose control. On Hot Ones, the heat slowly destroys his filter, and completely unrelated confessions begin falling out of him.
Oh my God, I cheat at Wordle. I don't know why I just said that. I cheated.
Ryan admits he cheats at Wordle, then immediately panics because he has no idea why he just said it. Even when he is no longer fully in control, the line still has rhythm, confession, realization, then immediate self-interrogation. His personal life also has a way of entering the interview. A call from Blake Lively arrives in the middle of the show, and Ryan answers it as if millions of people are not watching.
I love him. And Alec is here. Alec is the stage manager. He's British. And he looks so really upset right now. So I'm going to just get off the phone right there, okay? I'm just going to, so sorry about that.
The husband, father, and movie star all appear at the same time. Ryan does not try to separate them. He simply turns the awkwardness into part of the fun. He can also walk into a show under completely unexpected circumstances and immediately take control. When he fills in for Will Ferrell, Ryan does not offer a complicated explanation. He simply announces with complete coldness that Will is not coming.
He's going to be here in about half past never. Will's not coming.
The repetition and blunt delivery turn a simple piece of information into something funny. Ryan does not soften Jimmy's disappointment. He makes it stranger. But underneath the confidence and all the roasting, Ryan does not completely hide what drives him. He admits his need for attention and approval, then describes it as a giant empty space that can never really be filled.
Do you really need more people cheering for you?
I mean, yeah, I'm just a black hole of, unquenchable thirst for validation.
I want to hear the answer.
Very truthful.
Maybe that is why humor is more than a skill for Ryan. It is how he controls the room. If Ryan calls himself selfish first, nobody else can use it to shame him. If he turns failure into a joke, it loses some of its power to hurt. And if a moment becomes too sincere, he can always destroy it before it goes too far. Ryan Reynolds does not need to prove that he is the funniest person in the room. He only needs to wait for someone to say something a little too seriously, then gently push the entire conversation off the tracks. Even when Hugh Jackman is trying to offer him a sincere compliment, Ryan cannot allow the moment to survive for more than a few seconds.
You look really nice today. It's the green. Brings out the seriousness in your eyes.
Oh my God, you ever shut up, pal?
No, not when I'm awake.
Anyway, you were sitting on there and I knew that look. I said...
And that may be the real secret of Ryan Reynolds. He does not turn every interview into a prepared monologue. He simply sees the funnier version of the conversation, and usually sees it before everyone else.